In this video, we're going to show you the perfect itinerary for the Canary Islands. One of the questions we get asked most is how to build the logistics to visit the islands. The Canaries are 7 islands, and the number one mistake is trying to see them all at once. To have an incredible trip, the ideal is to focus on 1 or 2. That's why we've prepared a super complete 10-day itinerary with the best of the 2 most spectacular islands, Tenerife and Lanzarote. If you have less time, you can focus on just one of them. So let's get started. When is the best time to visit the Canary Islands? This is the best part. It's a year-round destination, known as the Islands of Eternal Spring. Temperatures rarely drop below 18 degrees or go above 30 degrees Celsius. In summer, from July to August, it's the high season. It's hotter, the beaches are crowded, and prices go up. In winter, from December to March, it's the perfect time to escape the European cold. Temperatures in the south of Tenerife are around 21 to 23 degrees. In our opinion, the best times are spring, from April to June, and fall in September and October. The weather is perfect, the seawater is warmer, and the islands are not as crowded. So how will our 10-day itinerary work? The idea is to split the trip into 2 main bases. The best logistic is to arrive at one island and depart from another. We recommend arriving at Tenerife South Airport, TFS, and staying there for 5 nights. Then, we'll fly to Lanzarote, where we'll stay the last 5 nights. At the end, we'll depart from Lanzarote Airport ACE. Now, let's talk about transportation between islands. To get from Tenerife to Lanzarote, the best way is by plane. The local airlines Binter and Canary Fly have short flights, 35 to 45 minutes, that connect the islands. It's much faster than the ferry, which can take over 5 hours. Now, the most important part, to get around inside the islands of Tenerife and Lanzarote, renting a car is mandatory. You cannot explore the Canaries by public transport. The buses, which they call guagua, are slow and don't take you to the wild beaches, the tide of viewpoints, or the interior. Uber and Bolt are almost non-existent. Your freedom depends on a car. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. You'll be close to all these tourist spots. In Tenerife, the island is split in 2, south and north. The south, in the Costa Adeje and Playa de las Americas areas, is where the big resorts, light sand beaches, nightlife, and Siam Park are. The con is that it's very touristy. The north, in Puerto de la Cruz, is more authentic and green, but the weather is cloudier and the beaches are black sand. We recommend staying in the south for this itinerary. In Lanzarote, the main bases are Playa Blanca, in the south, which is newer and great for families near the Papagayo beaches, or Puerto del Carmen, which is more central and has more nightlife. We created this custom map, which explains exactly which is the best region on each of these islands. If you stay in Costa Adeje, Tenerife, and Playa Blanca, Lanzarote, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here on the QR code on the screen and in the video description. We created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location, at the lowest prices. We'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. In every destination, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located, and another that's a bit nicer, in the same location, but a little more expensive. They are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The good hotels in the Canaries sell out many months in advance for the summer. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price. And if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips and that have everything much cheaper. Travel eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all attractions, good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account to carry money paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them, so save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. Now, let's get to the day-by-day plan. Starting in Tenerife. Day 1. Arrival in Tenerife South and Costa Adeje. Arrive at Tenerife South Airport, TFS. Pick up your rental car and drive for about 20 minutes to Costa Adeje. Check in. Spend the afternoon relaxing at the most beautiful beach in the area, Playa del Duque. For dinner, the Costa Adeje Promenade is full of sophisticated restaurants. Day 2. Taita National Park, the volcano. Today is for climbing the highest point in Spain. Wake up early. Drive for about 1.5 hours up the mountain to the base of the Taita cable car. The main attraction is the cable car that takes you to 3,550 meters. The ticket costs about 40 euros per person, round trip. It is absolutely essential to buy this ticket online weeks in advance, as it sells out. For lunch, eat at the Parador restaurant in the middle of the park. In the afternoon, continue driving through the park. Stop at Roques de Garcia, the famous rock formations. Return to Costa Adeje in the late afternoon. Day 3. Siam Park, the best water park. Today is a fun day. We'll spend the day at Siam Park. It has been voted the best water park in the world for several years. The park is Thai-themed. The tip is to arrive right when it opens at 10 a.m. The ticket costs about 42 euros per person. We recommend buying the Fast Pass for about 28 more euros to skip the lines. The must-do attractions are the Tower of Power, a slide that goes through a shark tank, and the Wave Beach. At night, go to Playa de las Americas, the neighboring area, full of lively bars. Day 4. Los Gigantes, Cliffs and Masca. Today we're heading to the west side of the island. Drive for about 30 minutes to the port of Los Gigantes. In the morning, take a 2-hour boat trip. The tour costs about 25 euros and takes you to see the giant cliffs from below and to see pilot whales and dolphins. For lunch, eat at the Los Gigantes port. In the afternoon, prepare for the scariest and most beautiful road on the island. Drive up the mountain to the village of Masca. It's a single-lane road with hairpin turns. But the view of the village is the Machu Picchu of Tenerife. Drive back carefully before dark. Day 5. Loro Parque, north of the island. Today is a long travel day. Take the car and drive for about 1.5 hours to Puerto de la Cruz in the north. Spend the day at Loro Parque. It's the second most famous park, considered one of the best zoos in the world. The ticket also costs 42 euros. The main attractions are the orca, dolphin, and parrot shows. Have lunch inside the park. In the late afternoon, before the long drive back, explore the historic center of Puerto de la Cruz, which is charming, with black sand beaches. Return to the south for dinner. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive. And the most famous tourist spots like the Teide Cable Car, Timanfaya Park, and Siam Park sell out days before. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the description to the site where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Tickets for the Teide Cable Car, Timanfaya Park, Siam Park, and the ferries between the islands. All at the best price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. Day 6. Flight to Lanzarote and Papagayo beaches. Today, we change islands. Check out of your hotel in Tenerife. Drop off your car at Tenerife North or South TFS Airport. Take a Binter or Canary Fly flight to Lanzarote, ACE. The flight takes about 45 minutes. Arrive in Lanzarote, pick up your new rental car, and drive to your base. We recommend Playa Blanca in the south. The drive takes 30 minutes. Check into your hotel. In the afternoon, head to the most famous beaches. Drive to the entrance of the Los Ahaches Natural Monument. You'll drive on a long dirt road and pay a small entry fee, about 3 euros per car. Inside, you'll find the Papagayo beaches. They are several coves of white sand and perfect emerald green water. For dinner, go to Marina Rubicon in Playa Blanca. Day 7. Timanfaya National Park, the volcano. Today, we're going to the lunar landscape. Drive about 20 minutes to Timanfaya National Park. This is where the last major volcanic eruptions occurred. The logistic is important. You cannot walk or drive freely. You arrive by car, pay the 20 euro ticket. This ticket includes a mandatory bus tour on the route of the volcanoes. The tour lasts about 40 minutes. At the visitor center, they do geothermal demonstrations. For lunch, eat at the El Diablo restaurant. They grill chicken using the heat from the volcano. In the afternoon, visit El Golfo, a nearby fishing village with a fluorescent green lagoon. Day 8. The Art of Cesar Manrique. Today is for understanding the art that shaped Lanzarote. Drive north to Jameos del Agua. Cesar Manrique transformed a collapsed volcanic tunnel into an art center. It has an underground lake with unique blind albino crabs, a spectacular white pool, and an auditorium inside the cave. The ticket costs about 15 euros. For lunch, eat at the restaurant inside Jameos del Agua. In the afternoon, visit the Cueva de los Verdes, which is next door. It's another part of the same tunnel. The ticket costs 15 euros. End the day at Mirador del Rio. It's a viewpoint designed by Manrico, with a spectacular view of the neighboring island of La Graciosa. Day 9. Markets and northern beaches. Today, we head inland. If it's a Sunday, drive to the old capital, Teguise. This is the day of the Teguise market, the largest on the islands. If it's not Sunday, explore Teguise anyway. It's a beautiful historic white town. Have lunch in Teguise. In the afternoon, drive to the north shore, to Famara Beach. It's a giant, wild beach with huge cliffs. It's a surfer's beach. For a farewell dinner, the El Risco restaurant in Famara is incredible, with fresh seafood. It costs about 50 euros per person. Day 10. Final shopping and departure. On your last day, relax at your favorite beach or do some last-minute shopping. The Canary Islands are a tax haven. The tax is only 7%. It's the cheapest place in Europe to buy perfumes, cosmetics, and electronics. Depending on your flight time, have lunch in Playa Blanca and then drive 30 minutes to Lanzarote Airport. Ace. Return your car and catch your flight. About travel insurance. Essential and mandatory to enter Europe. You need coverage of 30,000 euros. Use the comparator in the link in the description to save money. For those who will rent a car, the most important tip is to book in advance online using a price comparator. It's always much cheaper, and you guarantee your car. We'll leave the link to the comparator we use in the description. Quick shopping tips. Perfumes, electronics, and cosmetics are very cheap. Because of the 7% tax, the local product is aloe vera. Remember, tax-free on any purchase. There is no minimum. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome, subscribe, and like the video for more tips. And how much does it cost to eat in the Canaries? It's a cheap region of Spain. A Big Mac combo costs €9. The golden tip is the menú del día at lunchtime. For 12 to 15 euros, you get a full meal. The typical dish is papas arrugadas con mojo picón. And what to do at night? In Tenerife, the party is in Playa de las Americas on the Veronicas Strip. In Gran Canaria, it's in Playa del Inglés at the Jumbo Centrum. Lanzarote is much quieter. And if you're traveling with children, Tenerife is the best island. It has 2 world-class attractions: Siam Park, the world's best water park, with a €42 ticket, and Loro Parque, a spectacular zoo with orca shows. And to combine your trip, from the Canaries, you can get easy flights to Madrid or Barcelona, or even to Morocco, which is very close. If you liked this detailed Canary Islands itinerary, like the video and subscribe to our channel. Leave your questions in the comments. Thank you very much and have a great trip.